Religiously, understand the 7 principles of hell. You'll understand the 7 demons within you. You'll understand that whole concept. It's a whole metaphysical concept. We ain't go over that, but anyway, so.
Wear a smile, but behind the scenes, it's just the clever guys, puppets in their show, dancing in their stage. We're all just pieces of their charade. Beneath their mask of joy lies the tangled web, where secrets and deceits are carefully bred. Their lovey-dovey act is just for display. We're all caught up in their twisted play. So let's break free from this illusion so grand and see through the facade with hearts unplanned. No longer pawns in their game of charade. Let's find our own path and not be swayed. I feel like I'm surrounded with people with strings attached to their back, waiting for their master's command. It's like when I was little, right, and I was reading Pinocchio. Every time that he told a lie, his nose grew. It's just that, in real life, their noses don't grow. Karma just catches. In the shadows we seek, a love so pure and meek. But all that's left is a ghostly echo, a memory bleak, longing for a bond that's true in this world so cold and weak, yearning for the love we knew before the all turned antique, lost in illusions of affection, bleeding like the mist, hollow hearts yearn for connection, any realm dismissed, seeking solace in echoes of the past where love truly exists, but all we find are mere reflections of what loved ones kissed. Amidst the ruins of our hearts, we search for something real, yet all we grasp are faded echoes of what used to appeal in this world where love has become just a commodity to steal. It's just a little food for thought. Hey, what up, everybody? I hope all of y'all is having a blessed and humble day. Continue to have a blessed and humble night, man. This y'all shorty Rachel, right? I want to welcome all of y'all to the Writers for Life brings you the Let's Talk About It podcast, y'all. Let's talk about it. K. Michelle gets real with Cam Newton. Is she right or out of line? All right. K. Michelle right now is under fire for saying what she said about black men, right? I did a review and reaction this morning to her video, to a little 7-minute clip, right, about what she said earlier. I said we was going to do a part 2 to that, right? So we're here. We're going to do part 2. Let's talk about it, right? For some reason, right, I don't get tired of saying it. Social media has, how can I say, taken away the perception of what a real man should be, right? Or what a real family should look like, what a real man's presence is, what a real woman's presence is, right? Is family defined by blood, legal ties, or emotional connection in which matters the most? Can chosen families be just as valid as a biological one, right? K. Michelle was crying in the Cam Newton show because she says that black men do not defend black women. And I feel as though that in certain situations, she's right. But at the end of the day, right, that's not true, because that doesn't apply to all black men. There is a lot of black men out here, right, that sit here and treat their queens the way they're supposed to be treated, right? But I don't like turning this into a race thing, because the same way that as everybody says, the black community, right, is arguing and debating about this, same way is happening within the Puerto Rican community and the white community. I just so happen to be stuck in the middle. My kids just so happen to be stuck in the middle. You see where I'm coming from? But, we can't really talk about it and get to the root of this, right, until people open up their eyes and realize that everybody's DNA has been altered for over hundreds of years. All right. Is a real man defined by how he treats others, especially women, children, and those with less power? What does accountability look like in a man? What does accountability look like in a man who wants to lead with integrity? Can a man be both assertive and nurturing, or are those traits seen as contradictory? How do fatherhood and mentorship shape a man's legacy? Are traditional gender roles helping or hurting modern men? right? It's so many questions, right? Is being a man, right, something society defines or something each man must define for my bad. Is being a man something society defines or something each man must define for himself? All right. That's one question that I would love to hear from the men out here. All right. How can we truly heal from past relationships without first confronting our own role in the pain? And how does regret shape the way we love moving forward, or does it hold us back? Are we more in love with the idea of love than the reality of building something? And what I mean by that is, are we more in love with the idea of the word love than the reality of building something that lasts long? What does emotional accountability look like in a world that rewards ego over vulnerability? Right? And I want y'all to keep these questions in mind because we're about to watch this interview, right? And K Michelle is under fire for so many things, right? And one of the things that got me in this interview is how she says, right, that raising a kid and building a home is two different things, which I believe is not, right? Because while you're building your home, right, while you're forming this family, while you're molding this family, you're raising your kids, right? Unless you're by yourself and you're independent. I mean, I don't know. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I want y'all to keep those questions in mind. All right. Like we've had conversations about this before, right? Does love fade over time? And I feel as though it does. But let's listen to this interview. We're gonna listen to a little bit of it. I'm gonna be. I want to make it at least an hour and a half, right? 2 hours, no longer than that. I really want to cut this off at the 2 hour mark, right? If Word goes live, I'll hop on his live. But other than that, man, listen, we're just gonna be on this John 2 hours, all right? Because in reality, nobody, really hits the links to talk about these conversations. I guess they're too sensitive. My mind-provoking questions also seem to, kind of like put fear in certain people. So listen, I don't even ask, but the link is down there for anybody that wishes and is brave enough to come up and speak on the conversation. Are there real men out there that can build families? Are there real men out there that are willing to defend, and uplift the women out here, right? K Michelle says that there is no black man out here no more that defends the black women. K Michelle says that men don't know how to build homes or raise families no more. Right. So according to K Michelle, right, and it's seeming like, I don't know, like, K Michelle, you're like on that little feminist act type shit. You see where I'm coming from? It's not believe all women. And she literally cried on this drum, man. If y'all missed it, go watch the last live, man. We did a little, review and reaction to the 7-minute clip that new Cam Newton uploaded, right? But this is the whole interview, and we're gonna go through it like I said earlier, right? Now, men, I want y'all to, keep in mind, don't be hypnotized by, K Michelle's alien boobies, right? Stay focused on the questions. Oh shit, we got Frankie Blanco in the building, guys. Make sure y'all go check out Frankie Blanco, right? Listen, if you're into music, you're into beats, that's the man to go to.
I'm sorry.
Can I do my job now?
Do your job.
Can we talk about you making that manyan with country music, man?
Yes.
Sweetie Pie, Honey Bunches of O's, Southern Belle.
I paid for my scholarship. I paid for, let's just say, I went to Florida A&M University.
FAMU.
Yes. The best HBCU ever.
Okay.
And I went in and I yodeled.
She what?
Yodelay.
I yodeled.
That was a scholarship?
It wasn't. I made it one. I yodeled.
I had to try to figure. I'm like, she yodeled.
I'm like, what the fuck she yodeling? I'm like, wait a minute. I know what she's talking about now. Yo, damn, the last time I heard about something like that, I was a little kid. I haven't heard somebody talk about yodeling. Damn. Shit. Oh shit, man. Big shout out to Frankie Blanco. I appreciate the support. I appreciate man. Listen, he says peace and power. Hold on one second. Let me get to this John right here. Here we go. I appreciate you, Frankie Blanco. Appreciate you. Thank you for the support. I'm gonna see a word makes me a little drop. All right. So every time that somebody does that, I have a little drop for everybody. All right. So I gotta talk to Word if he ever learns how to, look at his Instagram with his one eye and see that he does got DMs in there, John. Like he's a Discord type of guy, but I don't understand Discord. I deleted that John off my computer. Like me and Discord don't get along. So Word, you better learn how to use that goddamn freaking Instagram shit and DM like the rest of the world. Come to reality, okay, damn dragon. But let's get back on topic, man. Appreciate that. I really, let me see. I don't got. Let me see. What do I got here? Let's put a little poem out there.
In the eyes of the world, we may seem apart, but deep down inside, we share the same heart. You may judge me by my outward view, but I know my worth and where I'm going to. Who am I? Who are you? Beneath the skin, we are one. No matter how you see me, our souls have just begun. Don't let appearances deceive your sight. I know my purpose, and I'll shine bright. Down in the surface, we both bleed red. No need for judgment or words left unsaid. I know who I am and where I stand tall.
I appreciate that, Frankie, man. Look, listen, once I figure out this little monetization thingy, I'm gonna get these little drops in there, but I gotta get somebody to make them because I don't have the time to make the drops, man. Shit, if you know how to make a drop, I'll pay you to make a drop on some real shit. But I'm dead serious on the drop situation. I don't got time for it, but I'm willing to pay for one.
I went into Florida A&M University. I knew in the 10th grade that I wanted to be a rattler. And that's what I was going to do. Rap? So I needed a scholarship to pay for school. And I went into this HBCU. And I said, I can sing these songs y'all want me to, but I yodel. And I just remember their faces. They said, what is going on? And I got a scholarship for yodeling. It had never been done in the history ever at Florida A&M University.
Can you see why it hasn't been done before? No. Because yodeling, in my thought process, is like a Caucasian thing.
Yeah.
He said yodeling in my thought process is a Caucasian thing, but can you get a scholarship for yodeling? Like, can you get a scholarship for yodeling? All right, I don't understand. It doesn't say you can get a scholarship for yodeling, but when you Google, it says, K. Michelle, Kimberly Pate, fun facts. I graduated from Florida A&M University on a yodeling scholarship. So, but there's nothing official on Google. Now, you can get a scholarship by playing piano, violin, flute, trumpet, oboe, bassoon, the harp, the tuba. I mean, basically all the trumpet, all the fucking instruments. By singing, by cheering. For cheering? You mean cheerleading? For playing the cello, music. But it doesn't say shit about yodeling. Oh, I guess she's the only one. They don't say shit about earning a scholarship on yodeling. But hey, let's continue. This is her story, right?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Well, I just think about a person with an old backpack and stand on top.
A backpack to yodel?
A satchel.
Just like you use parchment paper to bake.
Like the Scottish.
I get it.
Don't knock it till you try it.
I'm gonna try it with you.
So when you yodel, that's not a black thing, though.
No,
that's what
it's a technique. And you know what is crazy, even about country music and what's going on, even now, is that defining genres, whether it's R&B, whether it's hip hop, this and that.
She keep bringing up the yodeling thing, man. K Michelle, you got a better talent than yodeling, man. You could really do some opera. And I hope I said the word right. You know how the people that sing and their voices be escalating. Like, she got a voice. Like, I think I don't know where the fuck I got the CD at. I know I got the goddamn CD. I bought her fucking CD. Yes, I did. One of the songs in the album sounded kind of freaky, but hey, I guess.
There are certain things that make a genre. And
yodeling,
for me, there was a guy named Bob Westbrook. He did Justin Timberlake, because he's from Memphis as well. Britney Spears, a lot of Miss Americas. And I did a lot of Miss America, like pageants and things like that. And what was crazy, I had this big voice, and he went to my mother, Bob Westbrook, and said, because our voice is so big, people, no disrespect, people are going to think she's going to sing Whitney Houston. I would like to give her a technique and something different. And that was yodeling. And my mom was like, yodeling? What do you mean? We in Memphis, Tennessee.
Yeah, mom.
You like girl yodel? What are you talking? We don't know what this is. So my mother, being open and just wanted me to be the best regardless of anything, I got to explore a whole different type of life. And I was laughed at all the time because I yodeled and played classical piano.
Oh, that's dope. I meditate to classical piano.
You do?
He meditates to classical piano. Shit, I do some good yoga and some good Pilates. I'm better at that than doing some push-ups. With some music on, I be playing Dej Loaf though. Sometimes I be playing K Michelle though. Then I got some Tamar. Damn. See, I don't want to miss nothing. I heard that, her and Tamar was beefing again. I thought they was cool. I forgot, I forgot that they had this long lifetime beef. I want to skip it forward a little bit, but I gotta pause it every 2 minutes because it's not it's not mine.
Beethoven's of the world and things like. I love listening to movie scores.
Okay.
Quincy Jones was a person who one person who looked like me that created that type of music too. So his discography is deep and rich in that. 10th grade, you knew you wanted to go to FAMU.
Yes.
Who was the direct person responsible, or what experience was that?
A boy.
You chased a dude?
Look, I was in 10th grade. I was even.
Whoa. You were chased. Well, 10th grade. What was she? 10th grade. She must have been 15 or 16. I can't even say shit. I wasn't chasing them. But I'm saying, like, growing up, I seen a lot of girls chase them. So it's kind of like, shit, I was already pregnant with mine. 16, I was already knocked up. 17, I was already pushing. But I wasn't chasing no fucking nigga. I had one already. Why was we so young out here? We was playing house at a fucking young ass age. Little boys chasing little girls. Popping kids don't even know how to wipe our own asses right. Shit.
Younger than I met a guy on a church retreat.
Good God, good Lord Jesus, don't use my God like this.
Ay, Dios mío, abuelito me dijo, mira, ten cuidado con esas muchachas de la iglesia. Esas muchachas de la iglesia se ponen en cuatro y hacen, Dios mío, esas mujeres. You know what? Grandpa warned me. Grandpa said, abuelito told me, Be careful with the church girls. They be the first ones to get on all fours and bag it up for you. Be careful with the church girls, Grandpa warned me.
We ain't hit my God.
God did that. I met a guy on a church
Praise
retreat,
the Lord.
Brian Reed. And I met him on a church retreat, and he was from Florida. And he was like, when you go to college, you should go to FAMU. So I was always like researching things and all of that. And my father was like, you going to Ole Miss. They have the best choir, all of this. So I started to research Florida, and I loved Florida A&M. It was a Black university. It was ranked high. And I just started to pay attention to being a rattler.
She said it was a Black university, but he said yodeling is a white thing. See why I don't put race into shit? You see my point?
And in 10th grade, when they opened me up my bank account, I got the rattler on my checks.
The what? The rattler?
And I was determined to go to FAMU.
Dang. By the time you got to FAM, was Mr. Reed there?
Who?
No, he wasn't even enrolled in college. He ain't never went to college.
So help me and the people understand how he gonna try to direct you. A man is supposed to be of God or in search or pursuit of God.
Yeah.
And he talking about, I need you to go, I would like for you to go to FAMU.
A man is supposed to be a church of God. Shit. If the girls go wild in the damn trap house, what makes y'all think? Listen, the men catch amnesia. The men be catching amnesia while the women be going wild in the church. Shit. That's a trap house.
All of a sudden, you go to FAMU, he ain't even on that beaten path.
So, like, I want that type of love. Like, that type of love where you're so delusional. Where is that? So he never went to college. He just lived in the city of the school. And he knew
Tallahassee?
Yeah, Tallahassee. And he knew that I was like, my parents are really big on me going to college. My dad is a college professor. My dad is 82 and he's still a college professor. He's more famous than me in my city. And he knew I was going to college. And he was like, come to this college so you can be close to me. And as a young, impressionable girl, I'm like, I'm going to FAMU. But once I started to read it.
See, this is what I don't understand. K. Michelle came from a home that's not broken. Right? So it is not the experience of her growing up that she's down talking the men. It's the reason she down talks all men is because of the personal experience that she's had with the men she's been with. But that doesn't mean that every woman has had the same experience. And that doesn't mean that every man is a bad man. It doesn't mean that all Black men within the Black community are bad men. Doesn't mean that they can't be great lovers, great fathers, great workers, great sons. So I'm a little confused from her coming from a good family home that treated her good, supported her with everything, right? A strong Black family home. Why is she dragging every Black man and a lot of women? Because not all Black women are ratchet and hood like they make it seem. Come on, let's be real.
About FAMU and everything. I wanted to go to an HBCU, and I was infatuated with FAMU. You couldn't tell me I wasn't going there.
And you went there.
I went there. I became Miss Freshman my first year, and I became Miss Florida A&M University.
They just get that to anybody, huh?
No, they don't.
I was just
Let me
tell
me tell you what I would. No, they don't.
Yeah, okay, Michelle. She's like, no, I don't. Like, I swear to God, she's sophisticated right there.
So I won Miss Freshman. All these rich people had all this money. And I would sing dorm to dorm to get the vote my freshman year.
What song would you sing?
I would sing anything they wanted. And I wrote the whole campus a letter. Because I didn't have the money And I didn't have all the money spending for candy and all that. I would sing. That was my gift. My freshman year. And I went in.
What did she sing? Why she won't say what she sang? She was in there singing that cheer song. Do you believe in love after love after love?
And I just remember winning Miss Freshman. And I was just me from Tennessee. They thought I was so weird and so different that by the time I was running for Miss FAMU, it's political even in that. I was running for Miss Florida A&M University. I had pledged Delta Sigma Theta. And I found out I was pregnant after I won Miss Florida A&M University.
And at this particular point in time in life, you had no connection with Mr. Reed. Mr. Reed is not.
No, by the time I got my freshman year and I got there, I had my first engagement ring.
God damn.
Yes.
You've been getting rings.
Has anybody in real life been engaged in high school? Wait, she said in college. Wait, let me go back. When?
By the time I got my freshman year and I got there, I had my first engagement ring.
Oh, okay, she got engaged in college.
Yes.
You've been getting rings.
I get a lot of rings.
Hey,
I don't.
You know how they got that movie called Lord of the Rings? We're going to call K. Michelle the Queen of the Rings, all right?
I don't know. You get a lot of other stuff. So I got... You do.
Slow down.
I had researched you.
Slow down.
Okay. Oh, slow down.
This my show. Don't hurt me.
I think you like me here.
No. I love you here.
Okay.
But since the toxic me wants to know.
Oh, the toxic. Oh, Cam Newton is masochista. He is a masochista. Ooh, for those of y'all, he said it already what it is. Listen, it was in my head when she was, the way he was playing around with her. I'm like, he masochista. Listen, a female will slap the shit out of him and that shit would turn him on.
No, what you heard about me. So I can confirm.
Can we be honest in his face?
I'm trying to tell you, you got to tell the truth.
I heard about you leaving the first girl for the stripper. And I was like, that was my first time hearing about you.
Say it one more time.
You left the first girl for the stripper. For your strip. Well, not disrespect because I was a stripper. Yeah. We'll get into that.
Yeah. I love it.
Well, y'all got men, fellas, will y'all leave y'all ladies, the chick that y'all with, for a stripper? Damn. Isn't that downgrading kind of? I mean, it's not a bad thing. I mean, people gotta survive. I guess that's what they could do or is good at the moment, right? Listen, we're not going to get into that. That's a topic for another live. Right now we're focusing on what this is, what they're talking about, right? The struggles, right, and success, right? K. Michelle and Cam, get really honest about love, regret, dating, mistakes, right, and country music truths.
That's true.
You do love. I love strippers too. I was a stripper.
It's an appreciation. I think that's the Atlanta in me.
I was a stripper. I was a stripper after college. After I was Miss FAMU,
What
I
was your
a
name?
stripper. Piper.
Hey, Piper.
Like
Why the fuck with the Piper? I can't right now. My imagination is off. I can't, try to figure out why in the world they named her Piper. I mean, why was her stripper named Piper? Let me see. Let me Google this shit up. Why would a stripper name herself Piper? Why would a stripper name herself Piper? Not looking for that. Okay, a player, a pipe player, a flute playing music. A Piper. Okay, I see why she would name herself Piper. And her, I guess in her, definition, it would be for music, right? Initially used as an occupational name for pipe player or flute playing musician. You know what? I'm not even gonna try to pronounce the words today. If I can't say it, I'm just gonna say another word for it. I don't know what's up with me, but I've been tongue twisted all damn day. Okay, I see why she calls herself Piper. Let's continue. Blessings, Captain Allen. Blessings.
Should have been Yodel. Yodel the Great.
But I only danced to country music. And I wore overalls. And I only danced to country music as a stripper here in Atlanta.
You're talking about an experience. See, that's the thing.
Overalls, right? Overalls, you know, when you're down in the South, that is like, you know, jumpers, right? I mean, I'm just asking out of curiosity. I'm wondering if it's the same thing. Is it a jumper? Like, you know, I'm just trying to figure out like the ones the mechanics wear and shit like that. Overalls. I'm wondering if it was the little, like, I'll figure it out.
About Atlanta, about like our expectations for experiences when we go into the strip club is different than any other city. Because a lot of people lead with faces and bodies, but Atlanta is the total package.
Yeah.
You got to have sets.
What?
It's like, okay, you know, if you go up the stage with your partner, like it's like a performance arts performance. It's like, yo, like.
He said, you gotta be at a strip club in Atlanta. It's like what? Everybody in Atlanta gotta have sex, gotta watch strippers or some shit like that. What is it? Nobody in Atlanta could be at home? I mean, I don't think he's speaking about everybody in Atlanta because I don't think that's true.
Oh, she got it going on. You know what I'm saying? It's like from the outfits to, you know what I'm saying?
So imagine being in college, being Miss FAMU, like fighting, you know, the odds. Like, Kay, you literally are Miss Florida A&M University. And you're going to have a baby. And I remember being pregnant and walking on campus holding my mom's hand and giving up my title because I had to, giving up my title and saying, I've never played things how they're supposed to, you know, play. And I remember my last year, I walked on campus, had given up my title, and won Miss Florida A&M University, and decided to have my child. And I had 21 credit hours and 2 incompletes. And still in 4 years, I still graduated. Top of my class and got in 3 law schools with a baby and everything.
That's dopey.
And that's why when people be like crying about circumstances and things, I am the circumstance. And I don't really have, maybe I should be softer, but I don't have a lot of sympathy and things for people because that was my first media.
She said when she hear people complaining and shit that she is the circumstance, but you had you grew up in a family that according to you was strong. Your father was there, your mother was there, right? Within the urban community, right, we do have a lot of strong families, but we do have a lot of single mothers and a lot of single fathers. Then we do have a lot of parents that cannot co-parent with each other. It seems like your mom and your dad did a hell of a good job. But I don't know. Let's keep listening. Maybe I'm missing something.
Yes, scandal. You know? So after that, I dated like a rich nigga. Huge boxer. Knocked out Roy Jones, everything.
Well, you done said everything but his name. Who?
Antonio Tava. He don't care. That's the homie. I met him in Memphis, Tennessee after I had graduated, and he was trying to talk to me, and I said, I don't want to talk to you. I want to be a star. And I feel like I'm ahead of myself. Yeah. When I was at FAMU, the father of my child now, he was on CNN every day and everything because for hazing. He got in a big hazing case.
Oh, it was at fam. But what? Oh, wow. For the fraternity.
Yeah. For Kappas. And literally, I had a baby by this man, and all those guys lost, if they were in pharmacy, anything they were
That's who
in, they
her
got
baby
kicked out
daddy
of
is.
programs. And
I forgot.
the father of my child was the dean of pledges for that.
Dang.
I completely forgot.
He proposed to me, and I said, no, fuck that. I'm gonna be a star. I don't want to be your wife.
Now that hold on. Tarver proposed to you?
So my baby's father proposed.
See, she's confusing the shit out of me. Like, she can't like keep her story straight right now. She's all over the place. I don't know if she's nervous, if she's anxious. It could be all of the above because this is an interview. But come on, okay, Michelle, what's up with you, yo?
Proposed to me. I thought he was going to jail, and I was working hard or whatever. Once I got out of college is when I met Tarver. And my first year out of college, I went back.
I mean, not pledge. What did you major in?
I majored in business, minor in music.
Okay.
And I graduated, went to Memphis. My mom was really big at FedEx. She was a big executive at FedEx and got me a job.
FedEx is extremely big in Memphis because that's
all we got.
I'm in transportation, so
and I had this job getting paid more than most out of college would get paid. But I knew that I didn't want to do that.
So I'm trying to figure out how did K Michelle struggle. I mean, yeah, she had some fucked up relationship because she made some bad decisions. We all make bad decisions. But she kept repeating this in her relationships. But my question is, how was your upbringing struggling?
And I ended up seeing Antonio Tarver in a club in Memphis trying to, date me. And I said, well, I don't want to date you, but I want to be a star. Mm. He said, I don't know nobody in music. I said, but you know people that know people. I said, give me the number and I need to figure it out. Mm. So
is that labeled an opportunist or
that's labeled a motherfucker that got to get in there and get it.
An opportunist.
Well, you got it then.
I mean, she's that's labeled a motherfucker that's gonna get it. Like shit, it's still considered an opportunist, no matter what. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong. Anybody in the chat, anybody that catches the replay.
No, it wasn't without hell. I went from a club on a Friday to this big boxer. I don't know nothing about no boxer. But I knew I cannot stay in Memphis. And this was not what I was supposed to be doing.
Uh-oh.
So he heard me sing and was like, oh, you could really sing. So I told him, you need to get me to somebody.
And you got to figure that out. That's your job. Okay. Mm-hmm. I didn't really think you could sing either.
You did?
No.
Why? Tell me why.
What? K Michelle got a hell of a voice. And if y'all haven't heard her sing opera, that's why I'm singing. I'm sitting here like, why in the hell she keep bringing this yodeling shit? Like, I forgot what the hell yodeling was. She keep talking about yodeling. Like, man, tell the world how you can sing opera. You got a fucking voice for it.
The first time I knew of K Michelle was reality TV.
Yeah.
And then I heard, how do you know? It was on Pandora.
Why you've been singing it? You like that song?
I love it. But I heard that song and I was like, who sing that? And then I Shazammed it and I was like, oh, that's K Michelle. I was like, no. Like, no disrespect.
No, I'm with it.
I was like as in the K Michelle on hip hop. Oh no, I gotta go now. I gotta fool with it now. Because a lot of times, the
how do you even know that song?
No, let's just say I've been a fan, so I can Don't let my competitive side deter you from appreciation.
Thank you.
So when that happened, TV does a lot of picturing for Black communities and things that I didn't expect you to be able to sing like you could sing. You know,
that's real.
Because even really like Cardi B. Yeah, I didn't think Cardi B was as talented as she was until like she dropped Bodak Yellow, and then I'm like, hold on, who is that? Cardi B. No. Not the so that's how it necessarily happened.
I respect that because that was difficult for me trying to do reality TV, being your truth when it wasn't popular.
At the time.
Yeah, at the time. Now, yeah. But then it wasn't popular to do retro reality TV and to actually have a talent. So the amount of money spent and time spent to try and, say this is a real artist, it was a very difficult thing.
Yeah. And be taken serious. That was the difficult part. It wasn't hard to do it, is to be taken serious doing it. Now, I can hear the comments now. I can hear everybody like to what you said about me.
What I say about you?
Left.
I'm dead, yo. K Michelle is shot the fuck out, yo. Hold on, real quick. I want y'all to listen to something, man. I can't find it here, man. I know I got the damn CD. Yo, K Michelle is the funniest. I can't with her. Listen to this. It's funny, right? How she could turn sex into a symphony, right? Yo, something is wrong with K Michelle. I can't with K Michelle, man. I hope y'all know the name of that symphony is called Coochie. I'm sitting here like I can't with her. Like I don't know. K Michelle, like I really do. I really do think you need some fucking counselor. I can't.
My baby mama for a stripper. Men today face immense pressure to perform, to provide, and to keep it all together. So it's no wonder that 6 million men in the U.S., 5,000 of experts.
About no football unless
Why he put that ad in
that's
there?
all the media has put out there. And I don't know about no football unless I'm dating a football man. I don't know what's going on. So I'm not like a football fan. So if you see someone, I saw you with this big personality, and I was like, oh, he fly shit. Like I watched that. I saw that you was like a rebel. I'm always for the people that are not in line with what people think. So that's my first time seeing you and witnessing who you were. And so, of course, while witnessing that, I got to witness he left this and this and that. and me being for the women and writing these songs about men, I was like, oh, this is juicy. If I'm being honest.
Me being for the women writing these songs about men. So you saying that you are only about the women, you're with the women to bash the men. Why? Like, you openly admitting this shit.
This is some juicy shit.
Can I make it juicier?
Yeah, make it.
She was the stripper.
Who was the stripper?
I never left nobody for a stripper.
Both were strippers.
No. She was. That's why I didn't leave under those premises. And the reason why I'm open to saying that is because I've had clearance with her to make it public. And just like her, a lot of people have history in dancing. Yeah. So it's no, like, some people be like, oh, he dated a stripper. Like, where I'm from, yeah, it may not sound good, but to walk around with something that like, it's, dare I say, because I'm a church boy, I'm rebellious, I'm the black sheep. It's like when I was always going against the grain. You feel what I'm saying? And that's where we found our love at.
Cam Newton, just say you got a type and the stripper is your type. That's it. Ain't nothing wrong, man. Look, listen, you bought a pole, put it in your room. You prefer strippers. That's what you into.
In this rebellious state, like, yo, I'm rocking with you. You know what I'm saying? Boom, we have 4 beautiful kids together, 5 collectively. And yeah, even still to this day, we have a great working relationship. There's times, there's ebbs and flows, just like any other relationship. And I think she's one of 3 baby mothers that I have. I'm currently with 1.
Okay.
I think the thing that a lot of people may say is, I always have to monitor how the children feel. You know what I'm saying? There's times where I feel like, yo, our relationship is unbelievable. And then there's also some times where I feel like, why are we playing this childish game? Going back to when 2 adults have issues with each other, if y'all don't prioritize the children, then they will be affected the most.
Absolutely.
So that's just a ongoing.
That is true. And that's why I say that, you know, when 2 people have realized that they can't be together, or, well, no, whatever that they had has faded, right? They should find a way. If they can't be friends after they've left each other, but they have a child or children, right? They need to find a way to co-parent. Put their ego to the side, and whatever hate they got, toss that shit in the trash. Your child comes first. That's why I asked earlier, can we truly heal from past relationships without first confronting our own role in the pain? How does regret shape the way we love moving forward, or does it hold us back? What does it mean for a woman to claim space in a gender-like country? Oh, my bad. That was for K. Michelle, but that's not what I want to talk about. Fuck that. Here we go. Are traditional gender roles helping or hurting modern men? Like, give me 1 second, guys. I gotta deal with some business over here. All right. Give me a couple minutes. All right, and I'll be right back. In the face of all right, my bad. I had to deal with some business. Let's get back on point. My bad. I apologize.
You know, relationship that I need to stay healthy, because if we've had our, you know, ups and downs, and some of it and most of it has been public, but that's my dog. Like, that's a person who, that's still my responsibility. Make no mistake about that. The woman that I'm with now knows that about each person that I procreated with. That's just the alpha male and me. Like I take care of mine, you know. So the narrative also, you know, may have been he's creating broken homes. Yeah, but I take care of each.
Does that bother you?
It really does. It really does. But needless to say, I take care of my homes. I don't even like my baby mama saying that they a single parent. You got too much support.
Okay.
You feel what I'm saying? Like
He said he don't like his baby mamas saying that they're a single parent because they got too much support. So if a woman is not with the man and is taking care of the children, even though that he's still helping her by supporting the children, does that mean that they're not single moms, in his opinion? Anybody got an answer to that?
I think the thing where I have watched what you've gone through is the rebellion and being a very rebellious person, and you know, being from a college graduate to a dancer. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? I think I witnessed it and I thought it was like a win for like dancers because two, we are human.
Yeah.
And I watch what's going on with you, Cam. And I watch people's opinions of this and that. And I made sure I watched everything that you've been saying and how you know, have conducted your shows and everything, because I wanted to know what I was walking into. I am what people might call a feminist. And
I love K Michelle music, yo. Right? And I've heard her talk before, but I thought she has matured throughout the years. But it seems like she has not matured. Like she's still holding on some grudge. Like she hasn't been able to let go of whatever is causing her pain inside.
But I'm also a realist, you know? And I get it. I know that probably has affected you in a manner of creating broken homes but taking care of your kids and still being in the public. Look, when it comes to stuff like that, guess what? Your kids are the only one that matter in that situation, and what they see and what they feel. I don't know anything about the women personally that you date or anything. I can only say that at the end of the day, it's about your kids. And it is about, you know, maybe you're not in the home every day.
Facts.
My parents have been together over 30-some years. Okay. And I don't know how it would feel to not have my father at home every day when I came home. So I know men can go have babies here, this and that, but what happened? What happened to structure? What happened to the feel of your father being there, this and that? I know that you are well off and you can handle and take care and spread yourself far around for a lot of people. Right. But you have to understand how women feel and how fuck the media, because they gonna whether you was married and doing that or not, they still gonna say some shit. Right. But what happened to the structure that I saw my grandfather? You know,
hold on, I gotta rewind it back a little bit because I missed it. I'm so sorry. I'm over here popping. It's Father's Day. I gotta take some orders in. I was not expecting that. Guys, make sure y'all check out our TikTok shop, man. If you don't have a TikTok, man, go check out TikTok. Type in Writers for Life Virtual Shop, right? Y'all will see the hoodies and shirts and stuff that we got in stock, all right? But let me go back a little bit to hear what she was saying.
If y'all don't prioritize the children, then they will be affected the most.
Absolutely.
So that's just ongoing relationship that I need to stay healthy. Because if we've had our, ups and downs, and some of it and most of it has been public, but that's my dog. Like that's a person that's still my responsibility. Make no mistake about that. Mm-hmm. The woman that I'm with now knows that about each person that I procreated with. Mm-hmm. That's just the alpha male in me. Like I take care of mine, So the narrative also, may have been he's creating.
Why all these men gotta call themselves alpha this and alpha that? He's like, that's just the alpha male in me. I mean, listen, you're supposed to take care of your kids, man. That's what a lot of men are supposed to be doing. I mean, listen, I feel as though a lot of people shouldn't be parents, right? But if you're able to co-parent with the person that you made a child with and be in another relationship and that person doesn't have a problem, then that's a plus. What is the problem in that? Nobody should bash that.
In broken homes, yeah, but I take care of each.
Does that bother you?
It really does. It really does. But needless to say, I take care of my homes. I don't even like my baby mama saying that they a single parent. You got too much support.
Okay.
You feel what I'm saying? Like,
I think the thing where I have watched what you've gone through is the rebellion and being a very rebellious person and, being from a college graduate to a dancer. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? I think I witnessed it and I thought it was like a win for like dancers because, two, we are human.
Yeah.
And I watch what's going on with you, Cam. Mm-hmm. And I watch people's opinions of this and that. And I made sure I watched everything that you've been saying and how you have conducted your shows and everything because I wanted to know what I was walking into.
I mean, you're supposed to do that.
What people might call a feminist.
You're supposed to do your research before you walk into somebody's house, man. I've made the honest mistake on going on panels here on YouTube thinking that, people are a certain way and it turns out that they're not. So sometimes we need to really fall back and observe, right? Where we're stepping foot, like whether it's out here in the real world or in these social media streets, right? And what's crazy is, right, she's saying that some people might consider her a feminist from everything I've been seeing and everything I've been hearing lately. Came and show, man, I'm not discrediting your music, man. You got some great ass music. But it's starting to seem, yes, in my eyes, yes. I think I'm starting to consider you a feminist right now, too.
But I'm also a realist, and I get it. I know that probably has affected you in a manner of creating broken homes, but taking care of your kids and still being in the public. Look, when it comes to stuff like that, guess what?
So is it a broken home if a man is still taking care of his kids no matter who he had kids with? And somebody like help a shorty out with that question. Is it still a broken home, right? When a man is still handling his responsibility. He is just not with the girl and she's not with him. You see where I'm coming from? Like, what can we do to like take away the word baby daddy and baby mom? Right?
Your kids are the only one that matter in that situation and what they see and what they feel. I don't know anything about the women personally that you date or anything. I can only say that at the end of the day, it's about your kids. And it is about, maybe you're not in the home every day.
Facts.
My parents have been together over 30-some years. Okay? And I don't know how it would feel to not have my father at home every day when I came home. So I know men can go have babies here, this and that, but what happened? What happened to structure? What happened to the feel of your father being there, this and that? I know that you are well off and you can handle and take care and spread yourself far around for a lot of people. But you have to understand how women feel and how fuck the media, because they go whether you was married and doing that or not, they still gonna say some shit. Right. But what happened to the structure that I saw my grandfather?
Listen, what your grandfather had doesn't exist no more, because at the end of the day, it's too many women being independent and saying, I don't need a man. Independent is crucial. Yes, I understand that. We need to learn how to be independent, right? And sometimes, it doesn't work out. You need to learn how to be on your own, right? Before you even hop on a relationship. And some people, they'll sit here, they get hurt by this person. Instead of taking time to heal, they'll hop right into the next relationship because they can't stand being alone. Right? It could be other reasons for that, right? But shit, right now I'm talking by myself. You see where I'm coming from? Like I said earlier, people are scared to hit panels like this with these types of topics, right? And before I forget, man, I hope all of y'all enjoyed y'all Father's Day today, man. There are a lot of great fathers out there, man. We got to give them a shout out, man, because they're always saying believe all women, right? And it's not always believe all women.
In this world of blame and shame, we point fingers, we play the game. But as our children cry in fear, we turn the blind eye, we shed no tears. Believe our women, they say, while our kids are led astray. Lost in darkness, lost in pain, yet their cries fall silent like the rain. It's a shame how far we've come, blaming all the men playing dumb. But our children need us near to wipe their tears and calm their fears. In this land of the free, water's a commodity for you and me. Can't you see? It's not fair, it's plain to see. People struggling to pay for something they need every day. In America where we say we're free, but water shouldn't come at a fee. A shorty just speaking in general about the things that seem so small. This ain't meant towards everyone, just a cry in the dark. In America where water is marked. Brothers and sisters, hear my plea. This is not about you or me. Our kids are the future, they hold the key. Wake up before we're met with defeat. In this world of chaos and strife, we must guide them to a better life. Teach them love, compassion, and light, so they can lead us out of this endless night. Let's unite as one strong force. For our children, let's stay on course. Together we can make a change and secure a better future in exchange. Y'all should have listened the first time they let the cat out the hat. Now it's a crime. Many are falling into a trap, thinking it's a game, but they full of cap. Some are ready and fully strapped, while others keep falling into the gap. The warning signs were clear as day, but some chose not to heed what they say. Now the consequences come to light. Those who ignored are in for a fight. Listen close and learn from this mishap. Don't be caught unaware, don't fall into the trap. From the wisdom of my elders, I learned women are strong, independent, and firm. But sometimes we need a helping hand to conquer challenges and make a stand. Independence is crucial, that's true. Yet together, with a man, we can pursue. Respect yourself first and foremost, so others will treat you like the most. Ladies, growing up, remember this advice. You're capable of anything you devise. But partnership and respect go hand in hand. Embrace your strength and make a stand. Memories of the past I couldn't see, now I understand. The wisdom they gave me, respect yourself first, that's the key. To earn respect from others is how it should be. A man's worth measured by how he treats his queen. Love and romance in the air, a beautiful scene. A woman's power to uplift or demean. In her hands lies a man's dream. Lessons learned from an OG so true. In matters of the heart, they know what to do. Love and respect intertwined like glue. In a world where old-fashioned values still ring through. Peter Pan, Peter Pan, Peter Pan was a fairy tale. Now males want to be females without fail. Women want to be a man, it's a twisted tale. Flipping scripts and roles, they set sail. Fighting for roles, turning to moles. Making hits with their agenda goals. Targeting our kids, it takes a toll. To them it's a bliss, to us it's a black hole. They ain't trying to miss. Their agenda is the ultimate twist. Infiltrating young minds with their list, but we won't let them persist. I'm with women's rights, but what about men's too? Equality for all. It's long overdue. We want progress, we need to see both sides. Blame and shame won't help us unite. Don't label him a deadbeat without looking in the mirror. Sometimes it takes two to create rupture. Let's have conversations that include everyone. Empathy and understanding the battles can be won. Men face struggles too, let's not forget. Their mental health matters, let's not neglect. It's time to break down walls and build bridges instead. Together we can strive for equality ahead. You scream for the police every time he come around. Then scream child support abuse, playing victim in this town. Enjoy that check, boo, but remember what goes up must come down. The only time he's worthy is when he bails you out the mess you found. You play the game, manipulating hearts without a doubt, but karma's knocking at your door, there's no way out. You point fingers and shift the blame around, but in the end, it's your own chaos that you found. You dance with danger, living on the edge of lies, but the truth will catch up to you, no more disguise. The man you rely on to clean up your mess is so profound, will soon see through your facade and leave you astounded. Using a child as a weapon, it's a shame. A woman who lacks self-respect, I can't acclaim. Real men fighting for what they believe in, never in vain. Standing 10 toes down, bringing awareness to the pain. Respect is earned by how you carry yourself, not by tearing others down for personal wealth. Real men don't back down, they fight with honor and stealth against injustice and falsehoods that threaten our health. Let's uplift each other instead of tearing apart, supporting one another from the start. Real men stand tall with courage in their heart, fighting for justice and truth, playing their part. Here's for the men who share their truth, never afraid to stand tall in their boots, respecting our women, fighting for what's right, supporting our kids day and night. Real women out there blazing trails, men by their side never looking pale. Rights for all, let's keep the balance true. Men have a voice, let's listen to. In this crazy world where battles are fought, let's remember the men who give it all they've got. Respect to those who speak their stories loud. Together we stand strong and proud. Together we stand, united we'll rise, setting an example for young eyes. In every step we take, in every plan, guiding the next generation's hand. Leading by actions, not just by words, teaching them to fly like birds. Showing love and respect in all we do, for they're always watching, taking cues. Hand in hand, let's pave the way for a better tomorrow, starting today. Our children learn from what they see. Let's show them how great they can be. Let's be what our children need.
That's a fact, man. Listen, she says they consider her feminist, but it's because she's deflected all her personal pain on others, because the men around her, the men she's been with, have hurt her in her life. Now all men are the same. Come on, K. Michelle, we could do better, yo.
Do the structure of one woman, even if he was dipping off on the side, but coming home to one woman, every day, and being there and seeing your kids every day. You probably see your kids. I don't know what you do every day. I'm not here to judge you. You probably see them every day still. But don't you think they deserve to always have you there in home?
I'm just waiting for you to finish. Yeah. You done?
Oh, you are me. Okay, go.
No, I think we share something, and I want to get to our relatability of being misunderstood. But to answer your question, yes, they do deserve that. I think there's a story behind every story that I've been the bigger person in saying, you know what? You told your story? Cool. I'll be the bad guy because it's so easy for me to do. Because in media, the man is always the bad guy. You can't name me a man that broke off a situation that he's like, oh, he's
not gonna happen.
It's just not gonna happen. So out of respect and love for her, that story that, oh, you left this, whatever y'all want to take. But between me and you.
Okay.
I ain't even talking about K. Michelle. I'm talking about the situation.
Okay.
You know what the situation.
How do I know?
I'm talking. See, I'm using you as.
Tell me.
I like how he answered that. He gave a good answer to her. But it is true. All men are made out to seem bad, which is not true. So people saying that there's no more men trying to, that structure doesn't exist. The old traditions are still lingering around. The problem is that the modern day women are not for it. Is the traditional two-parent household still the ideal? Or should we redefine what a strong family looks like? What does a strong family home look like? And does both parents have to be in a strong family home for it to be considered a strong family home? Because if both parents cannot sit here and get along, right, and be able to co-parent together, right, well, they're going to have to find a way to co-parent separate. Because in the long run, being toxic in a relationship is going to affect the child even more.
I want to know. Tell me.
I think to protect other sources.
You don't even want to get it.
This is not the platform to say that. My maturity has taught me that. Mm-hmm. My team has also taught me that. Everything ain't for everybody. But understand this, my children do deserve a two-parent household. The reality is that's just not how it worked out. Now, the guilt in me feels that.
You have a guilt?
No. When you hear it, there can be a guilt that happens. It's like you create broken homes. I can't do nothing about that now. But what I can do is try to make my wrongs right. Mm-hmm. I do that by showing up constantly. I have certain things that I do with children, my children specifically.
That's a fact. That's a good way to answer that. What he can do is make his wrong right. Can't nobody fix the situation they're going through but the two people that are going through it.
Specifically, that's our thing.
But what about now in having new kids and creating? Is that a goal of yours? And you don't have to answer to anybody.
No, ask the question that you're asking.
You want me to ask you a real question?
Please.
Go ahead.
Okay. Well, having the situation and relationship that you're in now, I did see that your significant other now is having
another one.
Mm-hmm. Is your goal to create? I think everyone would like to know, is your goal right now to create a two-parent home for your child that you already have and your new child? Is that the goal? Because you do skate around that. From everything that I've watched, you do kind of skate around that. Is the goal? What is the ultimate goal right now in your dating and having kids?
Every situation that I've ever been in, I thought this was the last one.
Okay.
So to answer that question, do I plan on moving on after her? No. Okay. The plan has always been, even with the first, the second, the third, is like, nobody goes into a situation and
says, you've never said that. Like I've said, before I come somewhere, because I be attacked, I wanted to know what I was talking about when talking to you.
Oh, for sure.
This is actually kind of the first time when you have said, my goal is to not have another significant other.
But it happens. I mean, unfortunately, it happens, and it's happening more now, right? In this modern day, right? In this society, right? For whatever the reason is, right? And, I mean, we know the answer, right? We need to stop, jumping into the set with every person that we're with, right? We have to make sure that this is the person that we want to be with. We have to make sure if we're going to have kids with this person, that, are they going to be a good father? Are they going to be a good mother, right? But sometimes even with that, we get tricked.
Really say that.
Well, let me say it.
Okay.
My goal has never been to have multiple significant others.
Okay.
It just worked out like that. So when I say my wrongs to the world or to the stereotype of what a household should be, it has always been screwed up.
Can I ask you a question?
Yes.
What do you think a household should be?
I think there should be a male presence and a female presence in each household, because there are certain things that a man or a female should only or can learn specifically from a man.
Yeah.
And then there are certain things that can only be taught from a female.
And that's a fact. That is so true. That yo, and I don't get tired of saying that. Listen, you know, I know that I've seen a lot of women out there, right? That are, you know, how can I say, single mothers, right? And yes, they're independent. You see where I'm coming from? No man supporting them. They're out here, they're working, right? Strong ass women playing the role of a mother and a father, right? And even they say it, right? They've taught everything they could teach their kids, right? And a lot of them, their kids grow up, go to college, have great families. Others, their kids either in jail or in a coffin, right? But at the end of the day, they say the same thing, right? They could teach them everything in the world, right? But when you have like boys and stuff like that, and the father is not in the picture, there are certain things that a boy needs that a mother can't give. And that's why I say that even if you can't co-parent together, it's best to find a way to try to co-parent, right? Separate. But guys, man, we hit the 1 hour and a half mark, right? I'm not going to do the full 2 hours. We're going to finish this live tomorrow. I think the word is live, so I'm going to go check him out, man. Listen, let us shorty know what you think about this. We are going to rewind this back to right here, because that's where we're going to start it off at tomorrow. I appreciate those that showed shorty support today, man. I'm going to see how I get a drop for the, you know, the little for the donations and stuff like that. I appreciate Frankie Blanco, man. But till next time, man, this y'all shorty Rachel. I hope all of y'all have a blessed and humble day, man. And we out.